waxworks in brand new Most Haunted.
Fear, dread and eerie doppelgangers await the Most Haunted team in a house of wax as we travel to the capital.
And this week I have brought my team to one of the world's most famous tourist attractions, a place filled with the famous living and the infamous dead and a host of ghosts. Welcome to Most Haunted and Madame Tussauds, London.
The attraction has a long and diverse history, beginning life in France in the 1700s. Marie Tussauds, née Grosholz, learned her wax modelling arts from Dr. Philippe Curtius, a physician and skilled wax modeller, for whom her mother was housekeeper. On his death, he left his waxwork collection to Marie. By 1835, she was established in London. The Chamber of Horrors became one of the first and most popular attractions. Despite success, Madame Tussauds gained a reputation for being unsmiling and penny-pinching. She died in 1850, but her legacy lived on via her sons. The business continued to prosper, and by 1884, her grandsons had moved the exhibit to its current location, the building they had erected on Marylebone Road. The stories of paranormal occurrences that cling to the attraction and its many exhibits were reason enough for Most Haunted to come and investigate.
When the last visitors left and Madame Tussauds is closed for the evening, this area is said to come alive with paranormal activity. Ghostly figures emerge from the shadows to terrify anyone in their way. Although these reports date back decades, no one seems to know who or why that they still remain in this area. A cinema stood on this site before World War II, but was destroyed during the Blitz in September 1940. Madame Tussauds turned the site into a planetarium before converting it into what is now the Star Dome. A particularly nasty entity is thought to have made its home here. Dressed in 1930s-style clothing, its visage is a terrifying one, tall, dark and menacing. When seen, he's said to freeze people with abject fear. The most terrifying area of attraction is the Chamber of Horrors. In the 1800s, people were offered money to spend the night down here. The spirit of an 18th century shabbily dressed man is said to walk this area. He's believed to be a highwayman who either stayed in this area or possibly killed here over 300 years ago. The spirit of a young boy is also witnessed here, said to be filled with fear and dread about a war. Some suppose that he was killed in the Blitz, but doesn't realise that he's dead. These apparitions, along with heavy footsteps and sudden drops in temperature, make this a very scary place indeed.
What further could historian Leslie Smith impart to us regarding the story of Madame Tussauds?
Welcome to Madame Tussauds. An extraordinary name, famous throughout the whole of the world. And no wonder. She transformed the visitor attraction, some would say. Hundreds of thousands of people have been through the doors to see the work of her and her descendants. How odd it is as well to walk through these great halls and find yourself face to face with the kings and queens of the past. And some of those are pop stars, kings and queens in a different sense. What is it about this property? Well, tonight It might not just be about the waxworks, although you could hardly say just because it's been so enormously popular. The building itself originally was thought to be a grain store going right the way back to the medieval period. And as a historian, it fascinates me that when we do a tour, people think we're locked off on what it is now. But of course we're not. We might find other things deep inside the building. Madame Tussauds, no wonder it's an extraordinary place with an extraordinary past. And deep beneath the layers of this building, maybe too we'll find the medieval miller and his grain store. We shall see.
What would parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe make of this famous tourist attraction? And what would the psychological effects be on the team with regards to the cold and inanimate figures?
Now, Kieran, we all know that in the past you have been a little bit scared, haven't you, of waxwork figures?
Yes, there was a particular incident in the basement of Warwick Castle where I did get spooked by a waxwork figure, and today I'm surrounded by them.
I know. I'm really looking forward to it because I think you're going to get scared to death later on.
So cruel.
I know. It's going to be very funny. Now, we're not just here because of the celebrity figures. We're here because this place is genuinely haunted. And there are certain areas that are more haunted than others. And it's basically, we've got to look at what sort of building was here before the building that we know today.
Yeah, we have visited haunted locations where we've talked about layers, where although it may appear to be one particular era or one particular look, we've got to get beneath it, like you say. And here we've got history in terms of pre-Second World War. We've also got other history before that. So before the cinema, for example, in the Stardome area, we've got some history about a granary, for example. Lots of different layers. And maybe they're connected to the figures that people have seen. Maybe they're connected to the stuff that mediums have reported. And maybe they're connected to what Brian will pick up later on.
One place when we were filming today, which I thought was quite amazing, was the Stardome. You actually stand in a certain part of the aisle, and the acoustics are amazing. Someone can be talking at one end of the room, and it sounds like they're right here. It's fantastic.
It is absolutely fantastic. It's completely done on purpose, but it's an acoustic anomaly. So it's just something we've got to be very careful if there's a vigil conducted in the Stardome.
For instance, Carl could be stood right at one end and go... And then Kath could go, oh my God, something's right beside me. And it's not. Well, keep our fingers crossed and hope that we get some really good phenomena here.
Joined by medium and psychic artist Brian Shepherd, the Most Haunted team take our first steps into Madame Tussauds, watched by the empty and soulless eyes of the wax figures. Would our investigation bring the spirits and phantoms that are said to surround them to life over the coming hours?
This presence, this manifestation, seemed to appear.
It sounded like something running. Ah! He's over there! He's over there! Look! He did!
The Most Haunted team are in London investigating one of the world's most famous tourist attractions, Madame Tussauds. We begin with our usual lit walk round, surrounded by the still figures of the famous. As we begin to acquaint ourselves with these odd surroundings, we wonder, with some trepidation, what shocks and horrors await us.
Okay, Brian, it's very exciting, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? What an attraction this is, isn't it?
It's fantastic. So, I know this sounds ridiculous, but I would just want you to cut away everything that you see.
All these
artifacts, all these figures.
all these figures of well-known people.
Yeah. Can you tell us if there's anything in this particular area?
A workplace, I feel, was here before,
Okay.
maybe. Some large kind of workplace.
Can you see what sort of work was going on?
Some sort of... would appear to me to be what can I say? Large, warehousey sort of place. Okay, initially. That's my initial feeling, anyway. Lots of heavy work going on. Toting things, I don't know, heavy... I thought about this earlier. Heavy sacks, maybe.
Okay.
Something to ponder on. But that's my initial reaction, is before this, we definitely had something like that. Something almost like a huge building, almost Gothic-type building, maybe.
Okay. You just said that there was a lot of activity here. What sort of activity, and can you tell us if anybody specific is causing any of the activity?
When I say activity, what I really meant was that you asked me what was here before. The activity, I suppose, what I'm talking about there was physical. You know, I can see that it was a large work area.
Right.
So there was that physicality going on.
Right.
There was activity connected with that.
Very noisy, isn't it, Kieran?
It is very noisy.
There's lots of things going on, lots of machinery.
It's going to be something we really have to be careful of later on. Just be aware of all of this noise and not try and attribute something supernatural to it.
Well, let's move on. Can you see anybody here?
I believe there's certainly an indication anyway, an initial indication of a man, okay? Man, I would say, in, I don't know, what I say, tall man.
Yeah.
Tall, slender man, a suited man, tweedy, wearing a hat, but a bowler, a trilby, almost like a trilby type hat. Time-wise, I would say 30s, that sort of feel to it.
It sounded like that by the way you described me.
Yeah. Sort of a 30s sort of, figure, if you like. And I felt that as soon as we walked in here.
Okay. Any name with him?
Immediately, I'm going to say Edward.
Okay.
Okay? I'll say Edward. That's the feel, that's to be,
Any surname?
honest. Could it be Brown?
Brown.
Could be Brown.
Could be Brown. Okay, so Edward could be Brown.
Could be Brown.
Okay, and why is he here, do you think?
Died somewhere in the close vicinity.
In the building itself, or?
In part of the building, I would say. And not necessarily, specifically this room or these rooms, but certainly in the near area.
Right.
That's what I feel.
Was it
accident? Was it accident? Could have been. Yeah, could have been an accident. Could have even been in a street outside, very near vicinity. Okay. But that's what I'm getting. 30s, an accident, a vehicle. I also feel a couple of children as well for some reason. Just a boy, maybe a boy and a girl. 40s, early 40s.
Okay.
Early 40s. Early 40s.
Can you see what they look like? Can you describe
Early
them?
40s, curly hair, boy, curly hair, darkish, like mousy coloured hair. girl, once again, curly blonde hair, bit waif-like.
Yeah.
There's something about, could it have been, I wonder, could it have been 40 something, wartime,
Oh, I see. Okay.
Blitz,
Yeah.
killed in the Blitz. There's something about that.
So was
that
this
feels
building
very strong.
bombed then in the Blitz?
Certainly I'm feeling that quite
So
strongly.
any names with this little girl and this little boy?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to go for this. Henry and Rose.
Henry and Rose. Any surname? Are they brother, sister?
Brother, sister. High, yeah. Well, I would say very likely. That's the feeling I have with them.
Surname? No,
surname.
not at the minute.
No, not for a minute. But that's the feeling I get at the moment. I get
And
those
it's just,
two.
and it's like I say, you get Edward Brown,
Yeah.
who died in a road traffic accident outside of here in the 1940s. You get the two children, Henry and Rose, and they're here, and they're in this whole area along here.
I feel it, yeah.
Okay.
I feel almost the chatter of their voices. Do you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So there's that.
Well, let's
So-
move on to a different area.
Brian had earlier taken the opportunity to spend time in the Chamber of Horrors, and it was there he sensed and committed to paper the likeness of a man he felt had strong connections with the location.
I'd been down here previously to do a bit of a sketch.
Yeah.
Okay. And I sat over in the corner. Okay. And yes, I did. I did experience something. There was an energy. There was a vision, as far as I'm concerned. Hence the sketch that I've drawn. This was a larger man altogether. It was a man, larger man. Longish hair. I suppose age-wise. And in actual fact, when I drew him, he looked quite old. But I think, thinking about it, it didn't come across to me as old. I think a younger man, but looked older, okay, through the work that he had been engaged in. And once again, I'll revert back to the suggestion, if you like, that as far as I'm concerned, this was very much a workplace at one time, the Gothic building. I think he was very much engaged in that work.
And what time period are we talking about with this man?
18th century.
Right. Okay.
And dress-wise, although this would be hard to, pin necessarily to 18th century, but very scruffily dressed, if you like. I mean, the way I'd drawn it, almost, what can one say? Almost sacking, if you like.
Right.
And maybe sort of a leather apron. Okay.
Can you see what sort of work he did?
Yeah, a protective apron, dusty environment.
Okay.
Okay, heavy, dusty work. Something in the air, white, flour, grain.
Okay.
Humping around sacks,
So it's
heavy
some sort
sacks.
so that's what's
grain.
in the sacks is grain. That's what we were talking about earlier on.
I drew the man actually grasping, but grasping nothing.
Oh, right, okay.
So I couldn't put my finger at the time upon, what's all that about?
So what activity does he cause here?
Well, I picked up his presence, his activity over here. Very, very strong by this door.
When you say by here,
okay, I was sitting over pretty much where you are now.
Yeah.
Okay. And by this door that
Which door? This one.
This
Sorry,
one
I can't
over
see
here.
This one.
Yeah, there's a hell of an energy there. And what seemed to happen was that must manifest itself and something glided over toward the other side of the room, towards the exhibit.
Well, come and stand
Over
here by
here.
this door.
Yeah, I was going to ask, actually, it would be quite useful if you did, I don't know if you can do any sort of psychometry, but actually touching that door and maybe afterwards touching the similar door which is over there behind Roger.
Okay. Well, I mean, first of all, let me just finish to say that, what happened was this presence, this manifestation seemed to appear. Now, yes, there is something significant, I suppose, about this door. I mean, I'm feeling here, nothing. But the door, is something else. This gives off a real energy. I mean, there is something... This, I would say, is original door. This is a prison door. Well, it's a prison door. You want me to have a look at this
for that
door?
one?
No.
What?
This is not a. This is a reproduction. This is not an original door at all.
Okay. But that door is?
That door is genuine.
Okay. Should we bring Leslie in? Leslie, because a lot of information, 19... Oh, go on.
Well, I was just going to say the bell is significant as well, and I don't know about that, but certainly what I hear is, as one walks through the door, that the bell would toll, which would indicate that, you know, there is an execution, that a man is being, you know, sent to his death.
All right. Leslie, a lot of information. Let's start off with the gentleman, 1930s, in a tweed suit, killed in a road traffic accident.
Certainly been seen.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Right,
been seen
okay.
before. There's a record of that. We don't know about the road traffic accident, but the description of the man is absolutely right.
Okay. 2 children,
Yes.
Henry and Rose.
We haven't got the names, but we know that a pair of children are seen around and other children darting, particularly in that sports hall. And what I could also confirm is the building was definitely bombed in the Blitz.
Okay. And what can we say about the building that was here before it's now, you know, known as Madame Tussauds? Was it some sort of mill where people were carrying sacks of grain?
That's the thing that's interested me the most out of everything that's been said. And the reason is because this is not a very well-known bit of information, or certainly it's not something one would necessarily happen on very readily. This was definitely a granary, a granary store. He got the sense of where everything was upstairs. You did there, Brian. And then down here, he describes the sack lifting,
Yes.
and this man coarsely dressed. Well, quite often these people did wear literally sacking and the leather apron to stop it rubbing against the skin and for lifting to help them. So I think you happened on the building, of course, that was well before this one, Madame Tussauds, and that sort of 1850 time, really. And it's well before there. You're getting about 100 years before, and that sounds right. He would be rough. It would be a rough old job.
And what about this gate over here?
Yes, I'm
this
smiling
prison gate?
away, and you're absolutely right. This is not for real. That one is absolutely right. It is the condemned cell of Newgate Prison door. That is the actual door. The provenance of it is right, and the bell that you see, yes, it's significant. That bell is tolled, the right word for it, every time a prisoner was executed.
Ooh, how absolutely
That's the real
horrible.
thing.
It's really, really horrid. You ready to turn all the lights off? This is going to be one
Quite
heck of
something
a
here.
freaky,
You sound as though you're looking forward to that.
No, I'm not at all. Right, come on, let's go.
Our investigation of Madame Tussauds is gaining pace, with Brian vividly bringing to life the spirit of Edward, seemingly trapped in the 1930s, and the shades of Henry and Rose, 2 children he believes died tragically during the Blitz. Would these and the ghostly figure he sketched earlier make further appearances over the course of our continuing investigation of this strange but compelling location? The Most Haunted team are in London to investigate the iconic location of Madame Tussauds. Already Brian has conjured the spirit of a man named Henry, who seems to be from the 1930s. What further revelations will he make as we switch to night vision and concentrate our explorations in the murky darkness surrounded by the still figures of wax?
What? Do you know what? I can't cope.
Hoping to achieve a wider sweep of the vast exhibition of cold wax figures that populate this incredible location, the team split into 2 groups. Carl, Stuart and Kath moved to the Chamber of Horrors, whilst Kieran, Leslie and Brian join me in the area that features the great and good from the worlds of sport and music. Would we experience any strange activity?
Any astral beings? Please, can you make a noise? Please make a noise. Edward, or any other spirit that might be present here now, any astral being, please can you come and talk to us? I'm calling out to any astral beings, any spirit people that may be here now. I know you want to talk to us. Walk towards us, please. Let us hear your footsteps.
I did hear something over here, so I don't know if you heard it, but once again it might be something cooling down. You see, I'm getting that feeling again. You know, I talked about earlier. You know that sudden drop in temperature, and heat again. I'm feeling that.
Oh, what's that?
There's a click from the far end.
It's certainly picking that up now.
When you're walking, have you got something that's jangling?
Might be
Leslie? Go on, walk. I thought it was you. Have you, Brian? Just walk. Don't move anything. Just walk.
I'm carrying lots of things, you know.
No, but
so-
you weren't walking.
Okay.
Okay. Look.
Just walk anyway now, Kieran.
What?
No, right, Kieran, you walk. Right, no. Something is following us then.
What we need to remember is that
What the heck? What the f*** is that?
there are the waxworks down here have got like Christie and all of that lot, and the guy was saying to me earlier that their clothes are actually their clothes that they donated before they died.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. What's
My camera just turned off then for a second.
I don't like it, Carl.
See, that's Christie. Yeah. That's his touch him gone.
No, I don't want to touch him.
That's his actual clothes.
No, that's
Go
not
on.
good.
Go on.
No.
That scares the shit out of me.
Touch him, Kath.
Go on, touch.
Stop it.
Just touch his hand. No, I'm not saying it because I don't want to sound like I'm a bully.
Christie, if you are here, move this waxwork.
Turn your camera out. Is there somebody over there?
Where?
Look, is there somebody standing there?
What is the rest? You know, stupid.
I can't see a thing. I can't see, can I?
The razor.
Where? There's a viewfinder. I can't see
nothing in
anything.
it.
There's nothing. It's for
Oh, there's something there. There's something moving for sake.
Right, I'm going in there. But I can't.
You're not leaving me.
Well, you better come with me then, hadn't you? I can't see well, what's that? What's that on my foot?
What?
No, it's alright. I don't even know what the hell I'm framing up on.
Somebody stood there, weren't they, Carl?
There was somebody here.
It was a shadow.
Oh, I'm sure there was. I'm absolutely sure there was, Kath.
It was there, and he was just literally just standing there like this.
Watching.
And
Well,
the reason was because when we said you couldn't get on there, it actually sort of moved.
What, back?
Well, no, it just moved. It shifted.
Right, well, I may have got it on camera then, I don't know.
He's over there! He's over there! Look!
Just touched me on the shoulder. What?
Where are you looking at,
Shadows
Kath?
everywhere!
There was something. There's something touched me on the shoulder, pushed me forward. You screamed, and at that point there was something over there.
Kath!
Are you sure there's no? Something's moved over there. Something just moved.
What's that I'm focusing up on there? Oh, someone in a cage. Is there someone there with us now?
Are there any spirit people here with us now? If you like to whistle, if I whistle, will you copy me? Will you whistle back? It's almost like whatever it was has followed, like Carl and Stuart and Kath, maybe.
Someone's f***ing about. Ah!
What's the matter? What's the matter? Get the wing. What's the matter?
It's, now something pinched the side of me.
Something pinched the side of you.
Yeah.
You were by that.
How'd you get out of here?
I don't know. We were standing by.
We were standing at the side and something pinched my skin at the side.
Is there anyone in that cell?
There's just some mannequins in there. That is it,
Yeah,
Carl.
there's nothing
Nothing.
there.
There's no one else in there.
Come on, show yourself to us. You right, Stu?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm just
If
shaking
you
up
touch
a bit.
Stuart, if you're playing games with us,
You think there'd be any murderers down here with us, Carl? Or do you think it may have been people who was killed in the Blitz?
it's a highwayman supposed to be. What's here? What's he do?
You said, is there going to be murders? And then you went, boom.
What went boom?
There's a bang.
A thud?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because I heard the thud. I know the thud you're talking about, yeah.
If you're here, please show yourself to me. Touch me. Make a noise.
Yes, I did.
What did you hear?
I don't know what it was. We just heard a noise.
I don't know if that was...
Behind you!
Whoa!
Behind!
Wait!
No, there's something there. There's something there.
That's it.
Where's the torch? Have we not got a torch?
No.
No.
Carl?
Something over there. There's some. What's that over there?
Let me just go.
There's something moved over there, right?
I can't see anything.
Right, you dare me.
Go through that door, Kath. He's gone through there.
What is it first? But it's not obviously an owl.
Go on.
Carl!
Get through. Go on.
Carl!
I'm coming with you, Kath.
This isn't an owl, is it?
Well, it's going to have to be a bloody out because I don't... Yeah, there's a corridor down there.
What?
Ooh. That's
So
something.
really, definitely a movement.
A movement of what? Somebody moving?
As though, like that. As
Should
though
we go and check
someone
the
moved.
tissue? Or should we leave it a bit longer?
Leave it a bit longer.
Yeah, I'm right. So,
Brian, walk back towards me, or towards us.
There it was again. I heard that. Maybe with us gone out of the area, you know, if they are there, maybe they've decided to flip a coin and move
you
around.
know what we're saying? That it's almost as though we move away, they come out to play.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Did you hear Keith?
Did you not hear that? Did you not hear that? That was a moaning. That was a moaning.
Moaning?
It was a, I swear to God, it was a...
From where? From which direction?
over there.
Back where
Back
we
over
were.
there, yes.
What, sort of like a hurt, sort of?
No, like a
Or
kind of, you know, like we used to, but a little bit...
Yeah,
it was in the distance, but it was really there. Oh, did you hear that? Kieran, did you hear that? It sounded like what did it sound like to you?
Well, I don't know if it's the same thing that you heard, but I heard... It's almost like there was a creaky floor and somebody was just creaking along it. Or, I
That's
don't know
what
if it
heard.
was rustling, but it was
like
more
a
of
footstep, but really loud.
Yeah, creeping. And it sounded off to my left.
Right, Carlos. Well, Kath's gone now. She's left it to me and you. How do you feel about that?
I feel sorry for Kath because she was frightened. I mean, it is frightening, but it's hard to describe. The things at home, you've seen this in the daylight. Now it's completely black and there are noises all over the place. Come on, show yourself. You don't scare us. Did you hear that?
I did hear that, Carl. I did hear that.
Where was that? It was down here. It was down here.
Where are you pointing? I can't see.
Wasn't it further down the squat? It seemed to come from down there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. If that's you, and you know we're here, can you please do something else for us? Show us another sign. Can you show yourself in front of this door? The original door?
Did you hear that?
Did you open that door then, Carl? Was that the hinges squeaking?
I hope not. I heard a noise like it was a...
Yeah.
Sort of. Well, we know the door doesn't open, so if it can open, that would be paranormal in itself.
I'm getting a massive sharp pain, and I'm not saying this for the sake of saying it, but I'm actually getting this massive pain now right at the side there. And I don't know why. But I know people are going to say, oh yeah, you're getting another headache again, Stuart. Well, yes, I am. Call it what you like. That's how I'm feeling, so...
Come on, do something, please. If that's you that's affecting Stuart...
I feel really pissed off as well, Carl.
Do you?
Yeah.
That door behind you just moved. That door behind you just moved.
Hang on.
Oh!
Wait! Where are you?
Just here now.
Where are you looking at, Carl?
Something
I
grabbed
need
my
to go in
hand.
shot, mate, so I can...
Something grabbed my hand. I don't really want to be that far away.
Right, okay.
I've had enough.
Can you grab one of us again? Can you grab Carl by the hand? Grab him by the arm?
I've had enough.
What, do you want to go? Because I'm getting really annoyed now and wound up with sort of about shit, and I don't know why. So I kind of want to stop it now before anything nasty happens.
Well, I don't really want to have a punch up with you.
No, let's go. Yeah? Please?
I just don't want to embarrass you in front of millions of
Well,
people.
no, I know all that shit, but let's go, huh?
Driven by unadulterated fear, fueled by the activity that has grown and swirled around them, Carl and Stuart leave it to Leslie, Kath and myself to continue the investigation of the Chamber of Horrors. What sensations will we stir as our vigil continues in the darkness? I'm shaking like a freaking leaf here. The most haunted investigation of Madame Tussauds is building to a spine-chilling climax. Carl and Stuart have abandoned the Chamber of Horrors, and it now falls to Kath, Leslie and myself to continue the investigation in this area. What spirits will an all-female vigil provoke within the dank, cloying darkness? Now, all you have to keep thinking to yourself is that this is all a facade. Right. It's a facade.
Doesn't feel like one.
Yeah, but it is.
Not now, not 3 o'clock in the morning, in the Chamber of Horrors.
Oh. It's a facade. It's a
I got
facade.
that smell, right?
What smell?
Sickly sweet smell.
What's in here? Oh, shit.
Hey, wait a minute, what did you do?
What? Kath just stepped on
No,
the...
no, blind.
I thought I had kids.
What?
No, something.
What?
It sounded like something running. Light footage, what did you hear?
I thought I heard like a voice of a kid. Like that.
Really? I'm shaking like a freaking leaf here.
Oh yeah, this is the bit.
What?
Look, on your head. It's all right, Kath. Which bit's this, Kath? Where are we going there?
Back. Look through the electric chamber.
Oh, can we not go through there? Yeah, this bit here.
There's this bit, we haven't done this bit.
What's that? It's the door, it's the door, it's the door, it's the door. I am shaking.
I'm not surprised my hands are sweating as well. It's an absolutely horrible place.
Stop it.
Sorry.
What was it? Did I hurt you?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Kath, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry, I hurt you.
Right in my ear. I am... Oh.
Who said there was light here? There's no light here. There's no light here.
Do you know, funny enough, I feel bloody safer out here. That's you. That's
It
all
was
right.
us, it was us.
I'm gonna play.
I feel sick.
No, do you know why? I am shaking like a leaf. I do not watch horror movies. I don't like horror movies. I don't like any... What's that noise?
Is that noise? Hello?
Those footsteps.
I feel very sick.
Do you, darling?
There's those bodies in those beds.
Oh, are you all right?
Sorry. Hello?
You alright? You gonna be sick?
I ain't been sick.
Do you want to be sick? Be sick.
I don't want to be sick. I
Okay.
feel I'm going to be sick.
Right. Think about
Lemons.
lovely lemons.
What's that?
All right, don't run. Don't run. Come on.
I'm getting back.
My nerves. Do you know what? I can't cope. My nerves. Are you all right? Yeah, I think we should if you're going to hoink on.
Those things, your hands were so clammy when you were going through.
I was so frightened.
I'm not bloody surprised.
See, I've been down there.
I know you have, and you've been with the boys, so you're all right.
Yeah, I feel half. You know, they were.
I couldn't bear it. I just couldn't bear it.
With the lack of phenomena encountered within the Chamber of Horrors, we were left wondering if we had indeed made any solid contact with evidence of the paranormal. And with heavy hearts, we drew our investigation to a close. I wondered how Dr. Kieran O'Keefe was feeling and what his thoughts were concerning the investigation within Madame Tussauds.
There were very high expectations for Most Haunted's investigation of Madame Tussauds, and at the end of the day, I for one think that it was slightly anticlimactic.
Are there any spirit people here with us now?
During the day, when the Most Haunted team was there, when it was all lit, the waxwork figures created kind of a disconcerting atmosphere. Even though the lights were on, the fact that there were no public around meant that you'd turn one way, turn the other, and you'd see the expressions of these waxwork figures and just be a little disconcerted, a little off-put by these figures standing around.
I'm shaking like a freaking leaf here.
Down in the Chamber of Horrors, Yvette, Leslie and Kath actually conducted a vigil. And although phenomena didn't necessarily occur, Leslie and Yvette were very shaken up by the whole experience and even had to leave.
Sorry, you're gonna be sick.
I ain't been sick.
The way the waxwork figures had been arranged and the grotesque nature of some of the torture and execution devices just made them very, very upset, and they had to leave. Now, I would argue very strongly that we're not dealing here with anything paranormal. It's just the mere emotional reaction to some of the exhibits that are in the Chamber of Horrors.
My nerves. Do you know what? I can't cope.
A different group, Kath, Carl and Stuart, conducted a vigil in the same area in the Chamber of Horrors, and all three of them were immediately scared because they said that they'd all witnessed the same thing, some sort of dark shape in that particular area.
There's a viewfinder.
What is this? No, Stuart.
I can't see a thing. I can't see can I?
It's interesting because the three of them saw it. In terms of the actual footage, we don't have enough footage to be able to make a valid conclusion. All in all, there were very high expectations for Madame Tussauds. We expected auditory phenomena, even some visual phenomena. And although we conducted a number of vigils in very different areas of Madame Tussauds, it's very difficult to come up with any real evidence of the paranormal.
Our night investigating Madame Tussauds had initially been interesting. However, we were left disappointed by how little we had experienced. Certainly some spiritual energy lingers, but it failed to convince us in a way that other locations had. But once again, we leave it to you to draw your own conclusions. Until next time, sleep tight.
Next tonight, paranormal chills and thrills, but from fact to fiction, a house comes with a pair of ghosts who delight in terrorising families with a fiendish game. What they haven't reckoned on, though, is the presence of Melinda Gordon. The Ghost Whisperer's here after the break.